Fine, fine. There's not a lot goes on this time of year. I'm sort of just getting into the idea of windsurfing again. Really, we've
Yeah.
been we've been buying kit for the club
All right.
because we just don't have enough small sails for the
Yeah.
teenage girls and that they find four too big and too heavy.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I've been getting some three six 3 7s
Yeah.
and associated mass, but trying to find them at a reasonable price
That's
is.
just, it's a hard sale to get hold of
Mhm.
because they're always in demand, 3 6s, and people are always buying them for, just to have a small sale just in case it gets really windy.
That's it.
And because people don't, you often don't buy, like if you buy a new set of sails, you don't normally buy a 3 6. You just keep one that you've got from a couple of years ago because you
Well,
use it rarely. So there's very rarely is then like the second-hand market having new second-hand sales coming into it. Uh,
we've, we've managed to get three or four of them now, and I picked up a couple of masts today from Ormskirk.
oh, right, where's that?
It's out by Liverpool.
Oh,
It's
really?
a nice spot. It's a nice spot. I get a windsurf instructor there called Matt. I don't know if you know him. It's been to Vasiliki and that.
What, do you know what his second name was?
Oh, Calvin or Calvert, something like that. I
Not
forget now.
sure. Yeah,
I
not
forget.
sure.
He wasn't actually there. The Perversi just left them by the side of the house for me, which was fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah.
Oh,
I
nice.
guess Mother's Day and everything today, isn't it? So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people are doing different things, aren't they? I think.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Oh, excellent.
So you all set for your talk? There's some talk going on, isn't it? That
Yeah. Well,
George.
it's just a Q&A. I think we're not doing a talk. George, I think we agreed, me and George said that the talk last time, it ended up as being a Q&A anyway, so we'll just do a
Yeah,
Q&A.
no, that's sensible. It all went very well last time, didn't it? So
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
they've
Uh,
got a new telly there that's much easier to connect to if you did have
ah,
anything you wanted to play. Not that I've connected to it yet, but it's supposedly much more intuitive than the last one.
it's supposed to be a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. But the new caterers aren't nearly as good as the old ones.
Oh, they've got
So
new ones again.
yeah, they the other couple left for Scotland.
When?
Oh, it's sort of end of last summer, sort of autumn time maybe.
Oh, right. Did I wonder if I've met the new ones then or not? Maybe not.
The Yeah, the new ones aren't quite. They're not unfriendly, but they're not quite into the club and everything
Uh,
as
oh,
that. We had some really dodgy sandwiches. I know they cost us nothing because we were working at the club, but they were awful, if I'm
still.
honest. Yeah, and dreadful sandwiches.
Are
We'll have
they
to
get?
see what a proper meal's like.
Yeah, are they getting paid when they cater? They must be.
Yeah, yeah. I think they get all the galley and everything and the fuel for nothing, and they probably keep the profits from.
Ah, okay, yeah. So they keep any money that's made.
I don't really know the arrangements, but
Yeah. But it's like if
yeah.
you surely if they're making some money, then you should put a bit of effort into it, really, shouldn't they?
Well, it's supposedly by a chef at one of the local hotels, but honestly, on the what I've seen so far, I won't be recommending anyone goes off to
Yeah,
the hotels.
might not be a very good hotel.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Have you booked some wind for that weekend?
Oh yeah, Rich booked it, mate. It's gonna be howling.
Oh yeah, 4 meter weather.
Yeah,
Either,
yeah.
either howling or gentle, just depending on what you want.
Yeah.
Possibly both at the same time.
Rich, whatever you want it to be, mate, that's what it's going to be.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine. I'll be sat at
Yeah,
the side of the ring.
yeah, so, yeah. Sat
Yeah.
twiddling your thumbs in a chair, in a camping chair.
Well, if it's any consolation, it's been absolutely howling up here today.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are
Bang
you?
on, bang on easterlies.
Oh
Just
wow.
just
Great.
north of just north of Brid. Yeah. Been awful. Chucking it down.
Yeah.
Blooming windows rattling. All sorts. It's been Awful.
Didn't know there was any wind.
Yeah.
Surprising.
So
let's have a look. Have a quick look on Winguru, see what it looks like. Good evening, everybody. I'll give Pete Francis.
How are you doing? Just
hey, Peter.
oh yeah, I've just got a new phone. What a nightmare getting on.
Hey mate, you look 20 years younger on that new phone. It's doing you good.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, have you got a filter on?
Yeah, the day goggles aren't very good then, are they, Ollie? Evening,
right,
everybody. Mate? Yeah, good, thank you. How is everybody? All right?
Well, I think everybody's good.
Did you go out this week, Pete?
Huh?
Did you go out yesterday?
No, I ended up going up to Sutton Bank because nobody would go and play, would they? I was gutted.
It was bloody Easterlies. It was horrible.
I know, but we've got to go for these challenges, Rich.
Yeah. Kit smashing weather.
Yeah. Oh yes, definitely.
Anyway, Dancing on Ice is on the telly, so hurry up.
Dancing on Ice. Oh, jeez, honestly. Can I just ask Pete a question while we're just getting started, or have you started some?
No, go.
What's that? In April, I've just read something on Facebook on my computer about coming up to an open evening where Ollie's doing his bit. So,
he is.
What's the crack there? Can you come up and sail as well, or are you not allowed to sail?
No, you're allowed to sail. You can come as my guest if nothing else. But I think there's day membership for 15, or if I can get a certain number in as guests and things. So that's fine.
I've already paid my dues, Pete. I'm going, so you better get yourself along.
Are you going? Are you, Rich?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll make efforts to get there then. Yeah.
And camping overnight in the van.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Van and tent. No caravans, just vans or tents.
Caravans? Huh. Wash your mouth out.
I know.
Have you got the spanking new motorhome, Pete?
I have, yeah. My swanky new job, yeah. So I'm sorted. Have wheels, will travel. Yeah, but thank you for that, Pete. Yeah, so I'm hoping. Do I need to put my name forward, or do I just rock up?
Yeah. You need to put your name down so you get the marvellous meal, whatever that turns out to be. So yeah, just go onto the Yorkshire Dale Sailing Club site and sign up.
Let me see if I can find it. I'll put it in the group.
I would suggest you take some of your own food, Pete, because from what Pete was saying.
I think he can hear you, Rich.
Yeah, just take some supplements.
There's some geezer doing a talk there as well. I'm quite interested in that bit, actually.
Yeah, he's rubbish.
Just some geezer, yeah.
He claims this windsurfing lark is easy, and he lies. He lies like a cheap rug.
No, it is easy, Rich. I don't know what you struggle with so much.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, I'll put that in my diary, and I'll if you put that on the group, Ollie, or I'll find it, whatever.
I've just commented it under Pete put a post in my Facebook group.
Right.
So if you go on that post, you just go onto it, scroll down a little bit, and I've just commented under it with the booking link. You should be able to find
yeah, got you. Yeah, sound.
I think Caroline, who was on the course,
is it £7 or £7.50 or something like that?
$7.50 it says.
Yeah.
It's a nice place to sail, though.
Is it guaranteed wind there as well, then, Pete? That's good of you.
Absolutely.
It is. It's a training day on the Saturday, but so there'll be lots of youngsters out sailing, and then there's on Sunday we can just go out for everybody who stays overnight. It'll be brilliant.
Okay, then being greedy, if we get there early enough on the Saturday, can we sail both days? Or is that not?
No, I don't see why not. Yeah.
Rich, get it in your diary, pal.
It's already in.
Oh, well,
it's an annual event.
Yeah, get you. Yeah, there you go.
Ooh. No, like I say, it's a nice place to sail, and it's an aptly named place, though. Grim with
It's not.
I've been there before. I've been once before.
Have
It
you?
was a long time ago. Yeah, a long time.
Gump used to do demo days up there.
Yeah.
Did it? Yeah, yeah.
They were always good fun. Did them. Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good weekend, I reckon.
Oh, good. Good stuff.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody else that's joined. Jeff, Paddy, Caroline.
Evening all. Hi.
Hi.
Good evening.
Oh.
Good evening.
Welcome back, Ollie.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah. I've missed you, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Likewise.
right.
I've missed you all.
Yeah, right.
The season soon begins.
Yeah, well, we're kicking off soon. Couple more weeks and then
Can you remember how to do it?
do what?
I was just going to say, yeah.
Do what is forgotten already.
What's windsurfing?
It's still,
Ollie needs snow.
It's
Still
this
cold.
sport. It's this sport where you go and stand at the side of a body of water and moan about the fact there's no wind.
You put your feet in the water and cross your arms and complain about it.
Just moan about it.
All right. Yeah. Right, I was having a quick look at the forecast. Looks like there's gonna be some wind this week.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for hours on East Coast.
Yeah, it's just East Coast. Let me have a look. Wednesday looks decent. Looks really good. Wednesday, 11 degrees as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll probably come up with that.
Back to 50.
Back to 50. Yeah. Thursday, Friday maybe looks all right. Then next week, long range forecast, but also looks good. So there's definitely some wind over there this week. West Kirby, also looks all right. Well, where's that? Antigua.
Steady yourself. You've only just got your feet back on English soil, man.
Oh yeah, what are you looking to leave? West Kirby Tuesday, maybe in the afternoon.
Yeah, I've been sick of Easterlies all the time recently, Ollie.
Yeah, I know, man. I've been keeping an eye on it. I want to get over to West Kirby as much as I can. But it looks like there's something. I don't know, like this might look all right or not.
Yeah, it gets a bit
Weird.
Yeah.
But there is something coming, Jeff. Sunday, maybe Tuesday next week.
Yeah, keep an eye on it.
Looks like it's starting a bit. Thursday looks very strong. Yeah, so there's definitely something coming. Looks like it's starting a bit and maybe warming up a little bit as well. Bosniger, as always, absolutely hooning. 37, 31, 30, 30. Bosniger's the place. And remember, like this direction is also good for that inland sea as well. So if anybody really wants to go windsurfing and doesn't mind driving a bit, inland sea will work. You just need to make sure you go at high tide, not at low tide. But yeah, cool. Right then, let's have a little look. So we're going to talk today. It's going to be quite a quick one. It's very specific topic, but we're just going to have a quick look at the mid part of the jibe. So specifically when you are bringing the sail across the board, which Neil is demonstrating in this video here. All right, so going into the jibe, this motion. So coming from here, bringing the sail across. It's quite a common. There seems to a lot of people struggle here. Two things that normally happen: either that you get pulled onto the inside of the turn, so into where the cursor is here, or you get pulled onto the outside of the turn. It normally happens, it goes one way or the other. I'm sure that's happened to everybody at some point.
I got pulled over today.
Over the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this also can happen. That doesn't happen so often, to be honest. But it does happen. So if we talk about when you're going into your jibe, so in that initial part of the jibe, and we'll just get up a quick video. Windsurfing 2023 clinic September. Yeah.
Can you send me my footage? I still haven't got it.
I did put it all in that Dropbox about 3 months ago.
What's the Dropbox? What's that?
And I did tell you to download it because it would go after 30 days, but I will resend it to you. So if we have a quick look here, so there's your setup in the jibe, getting ready. Then there's a stepping over. And then there's this is the start of the carve here. Sheeted in, front arm's nice and straight. And then the sail needs to open. So here it's starting to open. And then it wants to start to come across the board. So the sail's moving over to the left. Yeah.
Because your weight's the other side.
Good, exactly. So counterbalance is a kind of fundamental aspect of wind. We're always counterbalancing the power of the sail and the way the sail moves. And that happens also in the carve jibe. So at this point here, does the sail have power?
It's neutral, isn't it, now?
Yeah.
I would say it's neutral.
It's got some power.
It's pretty neutral here.
Right.
If I was in that position that I'm in now and the sail wasn't neutral, what would happen?
You just
pulled over.
If the sail had a lot of power here, it would pull me straight over.
Mm.
You can't be in a position like I'm in there and be able to deal with power in a sail. When the sail's got power, that's why you're in a position like that.
Right, yeah.
Board, yeah. When the sail doesn't have power, that's when I can come up and over the board. So I'm accelerating here, getting all the power out the sail, sheeting in, sail starts to go light. So you get that neutral feeling, like you said, Pete.
Yeah.
Then I can come up and over. Now the board starts carving. What does the board start carving? What happens to the board when you start carving it? What will it naturally start to do?
Slow down.
But it's going to start slowing down. Yeah? Boards aren't designed to be on an angle in the water. They're designed to be flat. Yeah, so as soon as you put it on its rail, it will start slowing down. As you start slowing down, you open the sail and show it to the wind so that you can maximize the amount of power to keep the speed, help keep the speed through the turn. Yeah?
Mm.
Caroline, you've got to this point here, you've been pulled forwards. What have you not done enough of with your booty or your body?
Sitting down.
Well, you want to stay nice and low here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how. So there I'm stood up. So my weight's transferring over to the inside. And then you see how low I get there. See where the boom is?
Yeah.
I'm like kind of below the boom completely. Yeah?
Yeah.
So if you wind it back just slightly, they're also very low down.
Yeah.
That allows me to continue to deal with that power in the sail.
Mm.
And also keeps the mast up pressure on. Yeah. Like I said, there's also power in here. Like I said, so Caroline, if you've been pulled forwards, you need to stay lower. But what normally happens is that you would either get pulled onto the inside. So you get pulled into this kind of section of water where the cursor is. And that's just because the sails, you've not moved the sail over the board. You've left it on the inside of the turn. Yeah. That either, so as I said, either you're going to go in this side, or you might find also the clue catches the water. That happens. I've seen a lot happen to a lot of people. They go into the jibe and the clue starts dragging because the sail needs to be up and out for the turn. Yeah. The alternative is that you get too aggressive with this sail movement and you throw the sail too far over, and in doing so, pull yourself out the turn as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you're putting quite a bit of effort still to get it over, aren't you? When you get so you're like clue first sailing, aren't you? When you get to that bit, is that what you're doing?
Yeah. So here, Pete, like I'm on that's a run there.
Yeah.
Now it's clue. Now it's coming around to clue first. This is clue first here.
Yeah. Yeah. But you say don't do it too aggressive, but you put quite a bit of effort into getting it across.
Yeah. So I mean, like I say, a bigger sail will need more aggression. You need to be more. You need to give it a bit more to get it over. Smaller sails will go a lot easier. It's definitely an active movement, though. You're not. You can't be passive. If you're too passive with it, that sail will stay inside and it'll just pull you over.
Yeah.
What is when you go into it? Which part of my body is the limiting factor to how far across the sail can go?
Your arms, isn't it?
Yeah, which one?
That
Length of your
front,
arm, left arm.
Good, front arm. So if my front arm, if I'd left it
at the mast, you'd have been
further
knackered.
forward, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if let's say I left it up, not even up at the mast, just a little bit further forwards.
Yeah.
Here we go. If my front arm was there, where would the sail be?
Further back.
Further back.
Yeah, so everything would shift back. And then when you get a bit further around the turns, when you get into here and you're trying to move the sail out and across the board, it can't move as far out and across the board. If you can't do that, it means you're probably going to start to get pulled onto the inside of the turn a little bit.
Ah.
And if you have the feeling that you're going to get pulled onto the inside of the turn, what do you think the natural reaction would be to try and save it?
Take the sail a bit further across then.
Yeah, that's what you should do. But what do people normally do? Instead of moving the sail, what do they do with their body? Because let's say your body is where my body is here, but the sail's a little bit further to the right.
Yeah, you're going to stand up a bit more, aren't you?
Exactly. Yeah. So exactly. So you naturally will come over the board a bit more, and then what will the board stop doing?
Turning. Yeah.
It'll stop turning. So you end up on a run, and then you think, right, God, it must be over now because I can't do anything else. I've tried carving it round; it won't carve any further. So I'm just going to flip my rig and do my feet. You do it in the wrong time, and then you stop planing. Yeah, that's why it's so important the hand positioning on the boom. Yeah, I mean, relatively for the size of the sail, my back arm, it's not even that far back. Ooh. You know, when I go into the turn, the front arm's very far back, so it's right up against the harness line. But the backhand, it could be a lot further back. But on this day, it wasn't. I'll say from what I remember, it wasn't crazy windy, and I was on a 6.5, so I went on a huge sail. And therefore, I don't need to have that backhand a long way back because there's not that much pressure in the sail that I need extra leverage over it. Yeah. But I do need that front hand back so that I can move the sail across the board. Be more aggressive with it. Yeah.
I thought they sort of did say you move the backhand back, and does the front arm come back as well?
Yeah, it needs to come back as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, it's front arm needs to be back down the boot, and you can see why there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's why it's important. You see how much further the front arm is your limiting factor to how far forwards and across the board the sail can go.
And that'll keep the front of the board down, won't it?
Exactly. It keeps it further everything can be forwards, the flatter the board can be.
So it's a good point that though, Ollie, because when I'm learning it and going through the carve,
yeah,
I'm already thinking about the sort of boom shaker to grab more towards the mast on the flip, and I'm forgetting. The trouble if I only concentrate on that rig flip because I know it's coming, then actually I've not moved it across the board enough before the flip, have I? Because my front hand is thinking I need to be near the mast, I need to be near the mast, I need to be near the mast.
Exactly, Jeff. Yeah. If you go into it thinking about the rig flip, that front hand's going to start creeping up right at the start as well.
Yeah, it is. But when you think about it, I guess what you're going to tell me in a minute is once you get past the run, the mast's gonna naturally present itself anyway, isn't it? Because you're at a different angle then, aren't you?
Exactly. So watch what happens here. So you see, at the minute, the mast is the clamp of the boom for me to get my hand up there is a long way away. Still there. But watch what happens as I come through the run and onto the new side.
Got it.
Now it's starting to present itself to me. Yeah. Then I'm off.
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah. Carve jibe. I mean, everybody's got the technique for the carve jibe. Most people don't have the timing for everything. So, for example, a lot of people will start flipping. They'll start doing the feet already here. Yeah. But actually, you need to wait a little bit longer. Let that board travel. So the wind direction here is something like, well, that's a wonky, very wonky arrow there. Something like that. And I'm now traveling almost on a broad, I'd say something like a broad reach on the new side. Yeah.
Mm.
Then I'm doing the feet. So the feet are happening a little bit later. Because the feet are happening later, the angle of the board's different and the sail, that mass naturally starts to present itself as you come around. Yeah.
Are you saying leave the feet as long as you can?
Not as long as you can, because if you leave them too long, you're going to end up coming upwind on the other side. But you want to give yourself something to aim at. So for here, like, for example, you can't see it on the video, but I've probably been aiming down at the end of the mountain. That's normally where I aim for in Kephalos. The point where the island, where the land meets the water down in that downwind corner. That's always a good spot because it's always roughly a broad reach. Yeah. Then the sail catch on the new side also. I catch it at the center of effort, just either side of it. Sails at the optimal angle and you straight off again. If I'd caught it up at the top, I'd have lost all the power. I'd have leant back and leant into nothing. Yeah.
And I suppose, Ollie, if you look into the turn, which you're supposed to, your body is naturally going to release your left arm, taking that direction to be more near the harness lines. Because if you look into the turn, your body is naturally gonna go more towards the clue, isn't it?
Yeah, for me, Jeff, it's the only part of the turn where it's important that you look where you're going.
Yeah, I can see how that could really click in then if you absolutely look into the turn. Yeah.
Yeah, because here you really want to make sure you're sending everything forwards. Yeah, because if you don't, because that sail, to be honest, that sail is a little bit behind me.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm aggressive here, I can get it forwards again.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Ideally, that rig flip would have happened a little bit more upright for me, but it's it's decent that. But yeah, so see, as you go in through the turn, I don't think it matters so much where you look. So here, I'm just looking in the next section that I want the board to be in. From like a lot of people teach the carve jibe is that from where's the pen gone? From here, you already want to be looking out that way, out the turn. Yeah. You need to look where you're going. So you want to look at the exit. But when the board's traveling in this direction, so I'll just get rid of all these previous bits. If the board's traveling at the minute in this direction, the next point I want to be is the board traveling in this direction. So I'm just going to kind of, visually kind of look for bits of water where I kind of want the board to be next. If that makes sense. It's like when you drive a car around a corner, you don't look at the end of the corner, but you look kind of just in front of where the car is. Yeah. It's the same thing when you're windsurfing. You don't need for your exit, but you want to be looking just out the next part of the turn as you're going through it. Yes, Jeff.
Sorry, interrupted you. I was just thinking aloud with the theory. It's all right. The theory is great in it, but practice is two different things. But I think that triangle that I think you've said this before, because if I do look in that triangle, my body naturally goes forward, which is a good thing, isn't it? It's almost like if I want to headbutt into that triangle, happy days, isn't it? I almost feel like I need to catapult myself into that triangle and I'll go forward.
Yeah, this is the triangle that Jeff's talking about. The triangle is kind of a triangle, whatever it is, but it's an area of water between the mast and the nose of the board. And you can see this when you stood up, when you're windsurfing. Yeah. There's a couple of confused looking faces. I'm just going to get
I think the analogy there, sorry to interrupt Ali again, but when I was trying to really mess things up, I tended to look through the sail thinking I'll look at the way out, but actually it's worse, isn't it? Because that triangle is a big thing, isn't it? Whereas if you look through the sail, it's confusing.
Yeah, exactly. That triangle is this here. Yeah. So it's kind of, you can use a good cue sometimes for helping people commit, is trying to imagine you're falling into that when you're going into your carve jibe. It's like, yeah, that helps get everything forwards. And it's a good thing to look at. Because, for example, if I was going into my carve jibe, say, look, you are me in this video. When you're going into your carve jibe, you don't already here want to be looking behind you at your exit. You want to be looking just in front. So, for example, the next point I'm going to go to on my carve jibe might be that boat. Yeah, I'm going to start to bear the board away a little bit and start getting some speed. Yeah. Once I've got that speed, I'm going to say, I'm going to aim for the antenna on top of the mountain. Yeah. And then the carve's going to start. And I'm always just going to be aiming for that bit of water in between the mast and the nose of the board. Because that, if I try and always go to that, the board's going to start coming around the carve. Yeah. Until eventually it's come through. Yeah. And you might have a way to end it as a visual cue. You might have something that you're aiming at. For example, there might be a speedboat behind me downwind that I can aim at for my kind of, when the board's pointing at that, the jibe's finishing. Yeah. Cool.
Are you saying you shouldn't do it as harsh as that inside one? You should go more gradual? Because I tend to go really sharp on that.
It depends what you want to do, Pete. If you want to plane out of them, it's better to do it more gradually.
Right.
You try and keep the board as flat as it can be. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wants to be on its side a bit, but it wants to still be as flat as it can be. So it makes it faster. If you put it really on its side, it's going to come around with too much speed. It's going to come around too fast, sorry. If you come around too fast, so say your momentum's carrying you this way, you turn the board too fast, your momentum will carry you out of balance with the board.
And that's why I always fall off the plane.
Yeah, it can be either fall out the plane. It happens a lot if you fall to the outside of the turn. It's a big thing if you fall to outside a lot. But you also, it's much harder to keep your speed. Yeah. You do it a bit more gradually, so be a bit more gentle with your carve. You come around a lot faster. You come out with it with a lot more speed.
Right. Okay.
I've got.
Oh, this is interesting. Good on you.
Here, there's one. This one's a bit of a fast. I don't think I'm playing out of this one. That's a pretty aggressive carve. Like I'm just playing out of it. Again, stepping over. Look where the front hand is. Starts moving out the turn. So the jibe is the sail is moving this way. Yeah. Even if it doesn't look like it is that much, it is. Let me get these. Come on. There we go. Foot change. I kind of mucked up a little bit on my foot change there. Just about managed to save it. Yeah. This is a more aggressive one, Pete. This one is a little bit more.
Your arms aren't as straight.
Yeah, also. I mean, I get caught up in it all a little bit, like in the second half of it. So here, sails moving across. It would be nice if the back arm was a bit more straighter.
Yeah.
I start going the foot change and it all gets too close. I end up too close with it all. Yeah?
Yeah.
Stand up quite straight. The board starts coming over. See, if you stay low, here, nice and low, I'm still in control. Even though the board's right up on its side, I'm still in complete control. something happens in a foot change, I lose my balance a little bit, and I stand up. See you see how the mass foot pressure goes from the board. So it's coming around. It's on its side, but it's relatively flat in terms of its like nose to tail angle. Until you lose the mass foot pressure, there. You see how the board starts coming up.
You see, at that point there, I'm a bit like Jeff's alluded to. At that stage, I'm now grabbing at the mast end. So I'm shifting my hand right across. So effectively, I'm pulling the sail the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't need to have you do your foot change first, Pete.
Yeah.
So you do your foot change, sort yourself out, and then you rig flip.
It does quickly come though, doesn't it? That mast, once you get through that run, the mast just presents itself, doesn't it?
It comes up fast. Let's have a look.
I think I've no problem with the mast presenting itself. But looking at this, it's probably presenting itself too early.
Yeah, it can happen a lot later in the turn than you think it does. A bit of a light wind one there. So you're lighter the wind, further back the arms are on the boom. You get them right down the back of the boom, especially that front hand. Go around to stay nice and low. Foot change. That front foot lands. And then the rig flip happens. Only once the feet have changed does the rig flip happen.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Good.
Cool. Any questions? Nice. Wicked.
Yeah, there's a lot of food for thought there, actually. It's
quite a lot. Main takeaway is the movement of the sail. So also Neil's hand here could be back here.
Back a lot further, couldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's good. So, I mean, I think a key takeaway for a lot of people then sounds like the front hand further back from tonight. So next time you go on the water, think about getting the front hand back. And it works well actually for just normal sailing as well. So you can try and implement it like all the time. Just try and think about sailing with the front hand a bit further back.
Yeah.
And see how you get on. Nice one.
Excellent.
Cool stuff, chaps. Excellent. Then I'm sure I'm going to see some of you this week at some point. At one of the various windsurfing spots. And yeah.
What are you intending? East or West Coast then, Ollie? Are you doing
I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I might not be able to say. It depends if someone's potentially buying my freestyle sails off me. My new ones have been sent yesterday. Sorry, not yesterday, Friday. So I'm not sure what they're going to come. They did say Wednesday, but hopefully they come a bit earlier. But they're coming from Germany, so it's probably going to be might even be Thursday.
Yeah.
So until I get them, I can't do anything. But I'm sure I'll be around somewhere.
Yeah.
It would be nice to go to West Kirby, but I don't think the wind was looking as good there. It looks better at Brid. Yeah, Wednesday looks very good. Hopefully they come Wednesday. But yeah, cool stuff, chaps. Then if I don't see you this week, I will see you on Sunday for the next live stream.
Good stuff.
Really?
See you all later.
Oh, thanks a lot, Ollie.
No worries, guys.
Cheers,
I'll get
Ollie.
signed up to that, Pete. I'll sort it out. Thank you.
Yeah, but Pete, just send me a mail if you need it.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Pete. Thank you.